Hey guys, it's IlonkaSims here, and I am back with the second part of my underground echo home build. So this part we're just finishing off the build, finishing off a few small things here in the main living area. I think it's the main living area, I'm not quite sure. And I'm doing the bedrooms and the bathrooms and fixing up the outside, because the outside's still kind of just an empty grass field, which isn't the prettiest thing. And I mean, we could keep it like that, but let's make it more interesting, right? Landscaping is not always the easiest thing to do, but it is good when you get it looking right, I guess. I do quite like a well landscaped home in The Sims, so we'll be getting on to that towards the end of the video. I'm pretty sure I put some more landscaping down here with the tree as well, because right now it's just a really sad looking tree. Just putting some seeds over there as well, because I felt like it needed something. And as I said, putting in a few things, nothing too big or special, but it works. So starting off with this small bathroom over here, nothing special to it really, just a simple small bathroom. Putting in one of the fancy toilets, I guess, from the City Living pack, which is, I don't know, I haven't actually played The Sims in a while, like actual gameplay Sims, so I have no idea how they work. Yeah, that's the thing. Did a little bit of layout for the master bedroom, but we're starting off here with a girl's bedroom instead. I was thinking about certain ways of making this room and like color palettes and all that, and then I was thinking, you know what? The color palette that I had in mind initially just doesn't fit with the build as it was going. It's definitely a color palette that I do like, just the pinkish color, and then mostly just whites and blacks was kind of the idea, but as I said, it doesn't really fit this home. So you'll see, wow, my voice is dying. You'll see me changing it up a little bit. Basically, starting with the curtains that I used, and then from there just going with those colors and working on the room from there. Putting in a lot of the kids stuff pack items, because they work well for kids' bedrooms, surprisingly. It's all very cramped at this point, and I left it like this for a while, and then I realized, you know what, it's too cramped, and I will make the room a little bit bigger. It started off being a lot bigger than this, and I made it smaller, and I'll end up making it bigger. It's okay. It's normal almost. But at this point, it was not really as much of a kid's bedroom as I wanted it to be, so it needed a bit more space to put in a toy box and those kind of things. Adding some green colors from the shelves that we also have here in the standing light in the corner. Putting in some carpets, because carpets are pretty nice, I think, sort of. I know a lot of people tend to use carpet in the bedroom and not wooden floors, but I don't like carpet. I have fake wooden floors myself, and it's great because it's easily clean. Actual carpet would be a pain to clean, and I don't know, I prefer easy cleaning, I guess. But yeah, as I said, making the room just a tiny bit bigger, just that extra bit of space makes all the difference. And then we're putting up a lot of posters here. I just had some paintings before, and I realized that the painting, like, while it kind of fit the room, it didn't quite fit the, oh, it's a girl's bedroom kind of thing. So we're changing it up with some posters and some of these stickers from the Void Critters, because Void Critters are kind of cute. Just looking around at things other than that we can use, putting some toys around. Putting in one of these calendars because they're pretty cute. And that's about it. And then I start here on the bathroom that connects the two kids' rooms. I'm not quite sure where I've seen this. I think it was some TV show, and I kind of just like it. It's an easy way of kind of having an ensuite bathroom without really having an ensuite bathroom, I suppose. And it's definitely one of my, if I have 2 kids, then let's do this kind of thing. It works pretty well. Placing the bath so that you can sort of look out the window into the pool, because I don't know why you would want to, but you could if you wanted to. Hell, who knows what ends up in the pool, right? Putting in just some carpets and things, finishing off some of the detailing, and I was starting here on what I planned to be a little boys' room, but like the girls' room, it's not that boyish. Like the girls' room isn't that extremely girlish. It could definitely be kind of a boys' room almost. And this, I think, is pretty much the same thing. Because I put in a toddler, I figured I had to change one of the chairs to a high chair, so we could make sure that everything would work. And I was trying to figure out how to make this bed work, but it was a kind of a pain. Not gonna lie. But, you know, I think I figured it out in the end, sort of, at least. Putting in a bookshelf and a fake nursery table, I guess. And just, I don't know, fake nursery tables are fun. They're kind of a pain, but they're fun. Just putting some decorations on the wall up there as well, and it works. For me, personally, it works. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely more of a boys' room. You'll see it mostly in just some of the small decorations, so if you want to use this for an existing family that you have, it should be easy enough to change it to a girl's room if you have a little girl instead. Putting in some carpets, and I was struggling. I'm not the best when it comes to really tiny people's rooms, I guess. Toddlers' rooms, kids' rooms. Teenage rooms are easier to do, I guess, but it's not the easiest thing. So I just put in a chair, and I put in a toy box, and I figured, you know what, this is good enough. We'll just put some decorations on the walls here, a little night light, just so that the kid can sleep. I don't know if toddlers are affected by the monster under the bed, but just in case, I put it in, because that sounds awful. Like having your normal kids be terrified by the monsters under the bed is one thing, but actual toddlers is maybe a bit much. And then, as I said in the last part, we are making another kind of open basement area down here, so that we can have some windows into the master bedroom as well. Extending the pool a bit for it, and then putting in some staircases. There's the one window going into the pool there, which is, I mean, I'm not quite sure why I have it there, but it's there. And then just trying to fix up some of this, some of these trellises that are going pretty much all the way down to the end of the lot, and continuing on the funky shapes that I have in them, because it's fun. And I think I put a tree downstairs as well. Did I already put it in there? I don't think I did. But I ended up putting a tree down on the basement level because I thought it looked nice. Messing around with some of the different terrain paints and things that I can put in here. And I did the same thing as I did in the entrance area with the candle holder wall thing from the Friday pack. I'm putting a door in here because I figure, you know, if we have this outside area, you should be able to access it from the master bedroom as well. I don't know, it's a bit weird because you could technically just walk in there, but at the same time, it's The Sims, it's fine. It's just The Sims, right? So yeah, not a bedroom, not a kind of color scheme. again, I try to stay kind of with the more neutral colors, no whites, no blacks. Which isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do if you're used to doing it. But I think I kind of managed to make it work. Putting in some decorations. Some of the paintings that came with this living pack worked really well for this build, which I'm very happy with. Because especially the more kind of cultural paintings, I guess we'll call them, are not paintings I would usually use. But they worked very well for this build. Putting some more seats here. I do quite like these, I don't know, weird seats. They kind of look like the window seats with some books in them. I don't know, but I do quite like them. And then over here we have kind of a walk-in dresser area. It took a little while for me to figure out how I wanted to do the layout for this bit, but I think it works in the end. There's some of the cupboards, and I don't know. It works. Let's leave it at that. It works. Putting a mirror in there and a seat because, I don't know, maybe these people are getting old and they need some seats, but I think not because they have a toddler, but I don't know. It's okay. With a light, and I'm pretty sure I put that light in the bedroom itself as well. But I realized here at some point that there was a lot of these brown wallpapers and no other colors really on the wall, unless you want to count the bit of wood that we have. And I was like, you know what, let's do this thing where in the kind of the TV area, I guess, we have this one strip of red paint. Let's do a similar thing in here. So we have this one strip of kind of greenish blue paint that's also in the bed and in the carpet. And we put a light on there, and we put some plants underneath it because why not? And I realized that we needed something similar also in the kind of the main living area. We had too many just brown walls, so I ended up changing one of the walls to a wooden wall, and I'm putting another strip of red wall next to the PCs. And then here we have the ensuite bathroom, going with a green wall in here because again we're kind of sticking with the natural colors. And I was trying to lay out this bathroom and it wasn't working for me. It took a while before it worked, but I think I figured it out in the end. I do quite like having these slat thingies, these wooden, let's say room dividers almost, and then putting them against the wall with some greenery in there. It looks quite nice. And then just putting some small decorations in there, some lights. I think I end up putting in another carpet in there just because it's a thing that I have in here already. That's about it for the inside. So we started on the outside, and I like landscaping, but it's a pain as well. So I go around, put some things in there, messing around with different wallpapers as well. Some wood, some stone. Messing around with some of these wall shrubs. I considered making the shrubbery over there just go all the way up, but it looked a bit silly, so I changed that. And then putting some just glass fence around it as well, just to make sure your Sims don't fall down, because we don't want them to. And I realized this one statue that came with the Vampires pack looks like the fairies holding her hand out into the water, so I put her next to a pool. Putting in some decorations here in the front area because why not? And then just going around, putting some stuff here in the back as well. I figured a fire pit would be nice, so putting in the fire pit and some seats as well from the outdoor retreat pack. And I use a lot of these tree stumps that are technically tables because they look so nice. They look like they're just tree stumps, and it makes sense these days that people would cut down trees, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, but it's a thing that happens. And it looked nice, I think. So I'm just messing around, trying to think of what we can put on the walls here. The let's say that the second kind of sitting area is kind of empty, but it works in a way. I wish there was more to put in there, but I didn't really know what else to put in there, so I just left it as is. And I started up here on a pool. Again, I figured we needed to add walks all around the pool, because that's the thing I do all the time. So just going around putting in walks, I'll decide on a place to put some fake waterfalls, putting in 3 in the middle, because I don't know, why not, just changing things up a little bit from just a simple pool that has nothing in it. Almost done placing rocks, it's great. And then putting some rocks on there as well. I wanted to put it all around it, but there wasn't enough space to do so. And as I said, putting in a small fake waterfall with the bubbles and steam and everything. And then just putting some green stuff in there to make it look like a more natural pool instead of a pool. It works. Putting greenery all around it, just like with the other ones as well. Again, just to make it sit nicely in the lot. It's not supposed to be a usable normal pool. I think the second one might be usable, but it's not supposed to be a pool to swim in. I considered putting in like the murky brown water, but I don't like the look of it, so I figured, nah, you'll just stick with the nicer colors. Putting in some terrain paint and putting in some more shrubbery, and for some reason they didn't want to place on the trellises, so I had to move them up with the 9 and 0 keys myself, which is weird because I've never had this problem before. As long as you have the grid up, it didn't want to work, so you know, we'll just make it work ourselves in a different way. Putting some more trees around because I figured we needed some more trees. And then just going around doing lots and lots of landscaping. Basically, is most of what I do at this point. I figured just because there's nothing really on top of the lot, except for this one area that will be a seating area. There's not much in it, but you can definitely put some other stuff in there if you want to. There's just not much up here, but that doesn't mean we just need an empty grass field. That's no fun. So just going around doing lots of landscaping, sticking with the same plants over and over just to make it all look like one place. I'm putting in some planters because why not? It kind of makes sense with this kind of home, I think. And then on these 3 stumps that we have around, I put some lanterns, not everywhere, just in places where it actually made sense. And as I said, just putting some simple seats over here. I wanted to put in a table or a barbecue or whatever, but I wasn't quite sure on what to put in there. So I just kind of left it as it is now. But definitely feel free to place whatever the hell you want in this area. I wanted to put in tables, but if I felt like it would block the pathway, so I didn't want to. Yeah. So in the screenshots, we'll go around, and everything you didn't see in this part, you can still see in the screenshots. But if you haven't seen the first part, then please go look at it if you are interested in this build. But that's it. So if you want to download this, there will be a download link down in the description. And as always, let me know what you want to see me build next, because it's good to know what you want to see, actually. But yeah, that's it. So I will talk to you next time. Bye guys. See you next time.